Full day of testimony in the Richmond Hill trial is now wrapping up, and today we're learning about some of the people called to serve there as jurors.
Dozens of them decided to skip the court's call. Call 6 investigator Rafael Sanchez has been following this case since the very beginning. He joins us live in South Bend with what he's learned. Rafael?
As you know, the case was moved here to the St. Joe County Courthouse to give Mark Ray Leonard a fair trial, but there was some concern that people would not show up here at this building. For 3 days, they depended on 70 people to be part of the jury pool. Out of 70, we'd usually see about 53 people. The St. Joseph County clerk says, luckily, enough people did show up because lack of participation could have delayed this trial.
Without the number of jurors that are needed for a case of this size, then the trial would have to be reset for another time if they couldn't get enough jurors to serve.
So how much do you depend on jurors to show up?
We depend on them a lot. I mean, the system of justice depends on jurors and people serving. That's, you know, that's, as I grew up, that was my civic duty to serve on a jury.
Tonight, the clerk tells me that there are no plans to go after those no-shows. Joining me live now, Jordan Fisher with the IndyChannel.com, my fellow correspondent helping me cover the trial, and by the way, doing a great job. What can we expect when viewers turn to the IndyChannel.com?
Sure, thanks, Rafael. On the IndyChannel.com, each day you can follow my live blog, update as often as possible. Court rules do prohibit us from transmitting from the courtroom, but as soon as I can get it to you, it's up there. Also, I'm going to have the most important testimony from each day, and if you follow us on Twitter, you're going to see video updates and breaking news.
My partner in covering the story, Jordan Fisher, thank you so much. Be sure to read all his stuff on the IndyChannel.com. Coming up on the news at 5, a special blog being written by a father connected to this case. That story and much more coming up at the top of the hour right here on RTV6. Live in South Bend, Rafael Sanchez for the Now Indy.
Thank you, Rafael. And again, we are committed to full coverage on this case, on air and online. You just saw our digital correspondent, Jordan, stationed in South Bend for the entire trial, keeping an eye on details both big and small. You can always find on-the-spot updates on the Richmond Hill blast proceedings on the RTV6 app and theindychannel.com.